I wanted to give a big stinking shout out to the best player on the Montreal Canadiens tonight, Tage Thompson. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of poking fun a little bit. Maybe that's not the right thing to do here, because I know Buffalo Sabres fans have been very disappointed with some of the guys on their team. But the Montreal Canadiens are giving us so much to cheer about for us north of the border, because the Habs have just defeated the Buffalo Sabres 6-3 in game number 5. In Buffalo, we are going back to the Bell Center. Montreal has the lead. Although I will say, this series is far from over. You can say, hey, the Habs are coming back home. It's going to be in Montreal. The building's going to be buzzing. The Olés are going to be thriving high. But I do not think that this series is close to being done. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if the Sabres won game number 6 and forced a game 7 back in Buffalo once more. We'll see what happens on Saturday, but for now, let's talk about the game that was here. Montreal defeats Buffalo 6-3. This was a game where a lot of Canadiens fans in the first period were ready to just call it quits, because Buffalo ended up scoring 3 goals on, 4 shots to open up this game. If we dive into all of the production that we had seen, obviously, 3 stars of the game, what have you, that's all there. But Jason Zucker gets things started. He's right on the doorstep, and the puck, shot by Jack Quinn, ends up deflecting off of his skate and into the back of the net there. It's an unlucky bounce for Jakub Dobes. It's a quick, hot start for the Buffalo Sabres, and it's 1-0. However, if this game has taught us anything, it's that the Montreal Canadiens can bounce back. They can fight fire with fire, because that's exactly what they did just 5 minutes later, where Cole Caufield gets a beautiful snapshot out in front. It's Caufield from Suzuki and Slavkovsky. Slav with the beautiful backhand no-look pass to Suzuki, then he goes backdoor to Caufield. It's a really nice bada-bing, bada-boom kind of play. Cole Caufield, there you go. He's gone out there and gotten his 4th goal of the playoffs. However, this goal came at 6:31 into the entire frame. Just 1 minute later, Josh Doan restores the Buffalo lead, and this goal, you could say, was very much caused by a Cole Caufield giveaway. Let's check out the tail of the tape here. So the Canadiens are under siege in their own zone. The pass comes out in front. Owen Power takes a shot. Caufield, right at that moment, he tries to clear it out on the backhand, but he just kind of lightly shovels it. It doesn't go far. It's quickly picked up by Bowen Byram. And then the Sabres continue. Power over to Doan, the shot, and that is in. You can see visible reaction from Cole Caufield. Gosh, man, that came in because I failed to clear it out. And the Buffalo Sabres restored their 1-goal lead. However, the Montreal Canadiens responded so quickly. Literally 9 seconds later, the very next shift, you have yourselves the Habs tying things up one more time. It's Alexandre Carrier at the point. He takes a shot. It deflects in off of Alexandre Texier. From one Alexandre to another Alexandre, it's in the back of the net, and the Canadiens tie it up 2-2. And then 3 minutes later, Konsta Helenius scores his first goal of the playoffs. What a great pickup that was for Buffalo in I believe it was the 23 draft, if not the 22 draft. But Konsta Helenius, he kind of fakes the pass. It looks like he's going to go across to the guy on the right wing, but instead of actually passing it, he ends up just dragging it and shooting it right through the wickets of Jakub Dobes. It's one of these goals where you could see the body language. Dobes did not like that he let that one in. That's the fourth shot of the game for Buffalo. It's their third goal. Dobes, with a .25 save percentage, is not looking good to start things out. But as we have noted, even though Dobes may have had a rough start, he was able to bounce back, and over the next few periods, we started to see Montreal really put it on goal here. Josh Anderson, 8 minutes into the second tie game. Jake Evans, 8 minutes later, Montreal has the lead. Nick Suzuki, 5-3 Montreal on the power play, and Ivan Demidov finally getting a goal in this playoff run. Let's quickly gloss over each of these goals, and then we'll talk about the narratives and the storylines, because I know having Tage Thompson jersey swapped in a Montreal jersey in the thumbnail of this video is gonna piss some people off. But this Josh Anderson goal, set up by Lane Hutson. It's a beautiful goal right off of the draw. Hutson takes the puck off the faceoff, throws it right in front back door, and that's Josh Anderson there. Look at that, eh? I mean, Lane Hutson being able to thwart away the check of the Buffalo forward who is all up on his grill. It's Alex Tuch who just gets completely steamrolled around by for Hutson, and then he just throws it back out in front. It's a really nice play. I saw so many Sabres fans complaining about Alex Tuch the entire time. Just the lack of really sustainable, high-quality offense. He was getting walked a few times. It didn't look like he was trying as much. And then Tage Thompson, oh boy, Tage Thompson, he was getting the brunt of it as well. But before that, we had ourselves a really nice Jake Evans goal. His first goal in the playoffs since 2021, I think? It's been a while since Jake Evans has scored a playoff goal, but this puck gets thrown out in front there by Ivan Demidov. It's a shot so hard that it ends up squeaking behind Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and it lands on the goal line before Jake Evans rushes the crease and buries it himself. It's been a while for this guy to score a playoff goal, but he has been a part of some really stellar Montreal Canadiens teams over the years. With that said, Jake Evans, his first of the playoffs this season, assisted by Demidov and Newhook. Then this is where things get bad. Because Tage Thompson, at the end of the second period, he ends up taking a brutal cross-checking penalty on Jake Evans. Totally uncalled for. Just a total sleeper agent move on behalf of Tage Thompson. He didn't have to do that, but he did it anyway. Evans is right there. Thompson just comes up and whacks him right in the head. Like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? There's no reason for you to do that. And on the ensuing man advantage, you saw Nick Suzuki get his fourth goal of the playoffs over here. It's back over to the point, down into the corner for Slafkovsky. He dodges the check of power, then goes around, throws it back out into the face-off dot area, and Nick Suzuki is right there. He's got about 4 penalty killers all surrounding him, and he's able to just whip the shot on goal. It beats UPL. That's not a goal that Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen would be happy to give up. Both that goal and the Evans goal, you don't want to see the puck trickle in after it touches you when Ivan Demidov shoots it. And then speaking about that Ivan Demidov, Rasmus Dahlin, as he has been doing all playoff series, he ends up taking another penalty here. Dahlin, 2 minutes for cross-checking on Demidov. That's another irresponsible penalty from the Buffalo Sabres captain, and Demidov makes Buffalo pay. Because just a little bit into the man advantage, Demidov, the puck goes back over to Hutson. He sends it into the corner for Suzuki. Back to Slafkovsky, to Demidov in front. He shoots and he scores. It's a beautiful bar-down goal. Finally, Ivan Demidov has scored, and he had so many chances and opportunities earlier in this game to make some damage as well. Obviously, he had the primary assist on the Jake Evans goal, but the amount of chances that this guy was getting, he was on fire. There's a reason why Demidov was named the third star of the game. He got a goal and an assist. He was looking electric all night. It was just a matter of time before he ended up potting one in. Tage Thompson, he was very disappointing in this game with the -2. That line with Tuck and Krebs just hadn't really been doing too much work. And then you talk about the penalties, you talk about the lack of actual offensive generation. There's so much to criticize for the Buffalo Sabres from this Game 5. And heck, Alex Lyon came in relief in the third period. He didn't have a great showcase either. He only had 3 shots against, and he let in a goal. So, yeah, Montreal converting on their opportunities. Jakub Dobes, on the other hand, after letting in 3 goals on the first 4 shots of the game, he then proceeds to stop the next 32 straight. So, big shout out to Dobes, shout out to Slavkovsky, shout out to Ivan Demidov, going over the points here as well. Suzuki and Slavkovsky each had 3 points on the night. Philippe Deneau had 2, Demidov had 2, and then on D, you had 2 points out of Lane Hudson. Montreal takes the series lead 3-2 with a 6-3 Game 5 victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about sleeper agent Tage Thompson? I hope you enjoyed this video. 99 and bye.